Hi, I'm Andrew Shearer. I'm an arts and culture reporter for USA Today. And we're going to open this box, this pre-scored box, because the 40 Watt Club confiscated my knife, even though I was a member of the press. And I've gotten in there before with my pocket knife that my friend Nat gave to me that belonged to their father. It's now in the lost and found bin because I forgot to collect it when I left. But, so I opened this. But anyway, we're doing they used to call it just opening things, but now it's called unboxing. The reverse of boxing is that punching yourself or hugging someone? We don't know. But anyway, let's open it and see what we got. Never has Vinegar Syndrome shipped me anything that was broken. Say, unlike some other companies we could mention, they always use a stiff cardboard box and wrap things up in this nice little bubble. Listen. I wonder if anybody's made a YouTube video where they're just popping that for like a long period of time. Probably. So here's what we got. One of these is another wonderful collaboration with Something Weird Video, who I used to order from when I was still in high school through the mail. Something Weird Video and AGFA bring you the True Crime Triple Ripper. A triple ripper sounds to me like a fart, like it goes. I just read some trivia about The Princess Bride that said Andre the Giant did a fart that lasted a full 16 seconds and then apologized to director Rob Reiner. It's a little fart trivia for you. So the True Crime Triple Ripper contains 3 movies. And there was one in particular that I was interested in, but I'm interested in all of these, really. I think I've seen The Zodiac Killer before. The Other Side of Bonnie and Clyde I've not seen. But the one I bought this for was The Sadist 1963, I think, starring Arch Hall Jr., an early movie photographed by Vilmos Zsigmond, who went on to do some incredible work in the 70s and on through. Movies you might know that he did include Deliverance, McCabe and Mrs. Miller, where he used that flash the film technique to get that interesting look where it was partially exposed. And he also, I think, did Close Encounters of the Third Kind for Spielberg. But before all that, he was doing B movies. I think he worked for Ray Dennis Steckler at one point. But this is The Sadist. Why is it a true crime triple ripper? Well, supposedly, I guess all of these are based on real people, but The Sadist, yeah, is based on the same mass murderer or whatever he was that the movie Badlands was later based on. Arch Hall Jr. was a teen idol at the time, and he'd been doing movies. He did one called The Wild Guitar, and he wanted to do something to like go against his like teen idol image, and so he started in The Sadist, and it's great. He's playing this teenage or maniac, this just juvenile delinquent who I've never seen anyone drink Coke from a bottle more menacingly than Arch Hall Jr. But anyway, all these were scanned from the original negatives, or I guess the collection of the late great Mike Rainey. And so looking forward to watching this. The bonus features for The Sadist include an archival commentary with Vilmos Zsigmond on the restoration. It's preservation from the Something Weird SVHS master. So, okay, there you go. So, can't wait to watch The Sadist. I have a DVD somewhere, and I also have it on VHS. But I believe this will be the best looking copy in that great black and white by Vilmos Zsigmond. The other movie I got, and this is the first one I've ordered from, I'm sure I'm going to say this wrong, Melazine. This is an arm of, or a sub-label of Vinegar Syndrome that is specializing in preserving films from the golden age of adult cinema. And this one is one of the most famous movies from that era. It is called Behind the Green Door, starring Marilyn Chambers. Marilyn Chambers was the star of the very first X-rated movie that I ever saw, called Insatiable. I almost got to meet her before her passing in 2006, but I didn't go to the Cinema Wasteland that she was a guest at, and I'll always kind of wish that I'd gone to get to speak to her. I wrote her a letter instead when she passed. But this is a Mitchell Brothers movie, and I believe Melazine has signed some sort of a deal with the Mitchell Brothers, the two famous guys that, I guess one shot the other. They made that movie Rated X, starring Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen, about them. And I recently rewatched that. It's very good. But so those are Jim and Artie Mitchell. That's their names. So this is the Mitchell Brothers Film Group have participated in this, and it is a 4K restoration of Behind the Green Door. So it's pretty incredible that these, and I think it's time that someone did start to treat these movies with the respect that they deserve, because they are real films. They are significantly important. You can't talk about the history of American cinema without talking about adult film. And so here we have this. I will say the amount of bonus features on this is pretty incredible. There looks like there's a documentary, or at least a mini feature, about Marilyn Chambers' career. So, but I want to see if I can open this and take a look inside, since we're doing some showing you all this stuff I got in the mail, inviting you into my home, letting you see all this stuff in my video cabinet. Let's take a look. Why don't I just, it seems only appropriate. We're talking about Marilyn Chambers and Behind the Green Door. You should at least look inside this disc and see what we've got here. Okay. So there is the 4K disc, and then you've also got the Blu-ray and the original motion picture soundtrack that looks like a little record. That's cool. We all know those movies, 70s adult films, had some really cool music. I don't know if you want to just sit there and listen to that at home, and who knows. We have here a booklet about Behind the Green Door, and it looks like a little poster. Why don't we see what that is? Depending on what's on this poster, YouTube might make this video 18 and up. Yep. I'm just not going to show you, but it is Marilyn Chambers. I'll show you as much of it as I can. But it's the original. Well, it looks like some other language there, but it's just one-sided. So pretty cool that that's in there. Not sure if I'll be putting that up at my house necessarily. It's cool, but it's got all those fold lines, unfortunately. It's kind of the way it goes. But hey, there it is. So before I stop the video, though, let's open up the True Crime Triple Ripper, man. My parents used to tell me this story about a friend that they had. I can't remember his name right off, but they used to tell me his name. But he tried to make up his own word that meant cool, and he was trying to make triple flipper happen. So he would be like, yeah, man, triple flipper. And it's kind of unknown if this guy heard that from someone else and was adopting it, or he just made it up and tried to make it happen. But he kind of did make it happen, in a way, because here you are learning about it. So here's the True Crime Triple Ripper. Looks like, I can't really tell. It's disc 1 and disc 2. Disc 1 has The Sadist by itself, and disc 2 has The Other Side of Bonnie and Clyde and The Zodiac Killer Noir. So that's what's on that. But what is this that's inside? Well, we've got Learn more about our nonprofit mission and join the cause. There's something back here about AGFA, but the front of this is attention to ensure the safety of our patrons. The management insists that you provide a handwriting sample as instructed below. If your sample matches the Zodiac's handwriting, you'll be detained in a small freezer until authorities arrive. This is the Zodiac speaking. I don't know anything about the Zodiac. I saw that movie, the David Fincher movie, but I just don't care about, yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's do one last thing before we go. We got Behind the Green Door, and we got the True Crime Triple Ripper, the True Crime Triple Flipper, if anyone asks you.